children need their parents. And they need their parents for the long haul, not, well, you're in high school now. It's like you're in high school now, you old enough, you better take care of business, that kind of a thing. This is the real deal. You have to be there for them for the long haul, and actions speak louder than words. What young people do many times when they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. We have a young man at one of the schools that we're doing a program at. This young man, they say, just curses all the time. And so they're trying to get him to stop cursing, but you know what he said to them? That's what my daddy does. I live with my daddy. That's what my daddy does. My daddy curses all the time. So it's like, this is what I hear. And so this is what I do. When there's no positive parental involvement in a child's education, the following results occur. As it goes, someone say it, please.
Poor academic performance.
Poor academic performance.
Poor decision-making skills.
Yeah, we can say it loud. Let's shout it.
Failure to participate fully in educational and other curricular activities. Overall, poor performance and well-being. Lack of interest in studies and eventually any new tasks.
People start giving up. They start giving up, and with that, the graduation rates of African American students and Hispanic students, after ninth grade, it's like 50% of African American Hispanics, they drop out of school. This is the 21st century. And dropping out of school, your passport to success in America, and you're just throwing it away. All because, again, no positive parental involvement. Now, this word surrogate, what is a surrogate?
Person acts as something else, acts as that individual or something, but it's not.
Yeah, acts as something else. Grandparents, aunties, many times brothers and sisters, Big Mama, Nanny and them.
Yeah.
That's what y'all just said. That many times are the surrogates who step in place because the parent has stepped out of place. And we see it all the time with the schools that we're in. Sometimes you'll see grandparents and once you get older, I'm starting to get older. Once you get older, that walking thing can be treacherous when you have to walk a good while. But I see in the mornings when I'm going about, I see grandparents walking their grandchildren to school. Walking their grandchildren to school. And look, and this is not San Diego, okay? We know what just happened right here with the winter weather, with the snow and the ice and the bitter cold and the wind chill factor. And you will see some of those surrogates stepping in place, trying to do what the parent is supposed to. At George Washington Carver, which is on 55th right there, I was working with some smaller students, and this one first grade student brought a plastic bag in one day. In that plastic bag was a joint. Okay. Brought it to the principal, and why do you think that child brought that joint in a plastic bag, to the principal?
Because he's crying out, reaching out for help.
He's crying out for help. Crying out for help. He wants somebody to help his mama. help his mama, because out of his mouth, he didn't say it this way, but my mama partied too much. I can't even sleep at night. There's too many folk just coming in here going back and forth, and too many 40 ounces everywhere. And brought that in, crying out. Now, fortunately, the principal was a very wise human being, and she understood the crying out as opposed to
The crime. Let's call the police right now. Let's go ahead and...
because
Y'all
look,
taking away-
yeah, because this was like 1999. This ain't like the Colorado deal that we got going on in Washington, you know, where medicinal marijuana and stuff, where now it's, you know, it's back then a joint you can get in trouble.
Right.
Okay, but she understood that the child was crying out and wanted help. So many times our parents, they don't see this and understand this, that the children need the right words expressed all the time, being corrected all the time, being congratulated when doing better and making improvement, being told, finish it out,
Believe in you.
well, that too.
Oh.
But we want to make it even
I love you.
I love you. Magical words for young people to hear is I love you. I love you. You can't say it too much.
But some parents think that you can. Some parents think that you can, so they do not tell their children that they love them. Because I don't want no little soft kid. I don't want no chump. So since I don't want a chump, I'm not going to say.
Since I don't want a chump, the way I'm going to guarantee to make sure that I have this strong, well-balanced person is to not to tell them that you love them. That's way out of pocket. That's way out of pocket. But that is also probably what happened to them. That they were not told, baby, I love you. And then to hold them close. Sometimes fathers will not hug their boys.
Can't hug my son. Can't do that.
Now, when my boys would be going places, and they would be on the bus, and all their friends are there, my sons would see me coming. I get on the bus. I'm going up, you know, because the bus got the 3 little steps right there, so I'm on the first step. I'm going up the second step, and the 3rd step, and then I'm going to I didn't go to the military, but I make that left turn. And I start marching down the aisle, and my sons know what's coming. Not only do my sons know what's coming, the other kids know what's coming. Brian, Byron, and Jason, and Jamal's daddy getting ready to hug them and kiss them in front of everybody. And they just have to get ready for it, because daddy is going to hug them and kiss them and tell them bye-bye. That's what's going to happen. Because, let me tell you, if you don't do that, somebody else going to. Somebody else going to. Chris Rock, he would say a whole bunch of stuff and everything until he had his daughter. And after he had his daughter, he said that changed a whole bunch of his thinking about a whole bunch of stuff. So he reaches out to his daughter and kisses and stuff like that. And so he does all this big display when he's on stage and talking. And he says the reason that I do that, because I'm working at keeping my daughter, now you have to remember, it's a comedian. to keep my daughter off the,
Streets.
he goes deeper than that. To keep my daughter off the, starts with a P. Keep my daughter off the pole.
Yeah.
See, he said, no, I'm going to be the one to kiss and hug my daughter and talk to her and let her know how marvelous and wonderful she is. So she can understand that this vessel, she ain't got to go ahead and be, she don't have to do all that. So he's going to work at talking to her and giving to her, because he understands as a father, especially when you have that little girl, when a father's not in the life, statistically, a young lady is always looking for that father figure. Looking for that father figure, because not enough step up to the plate.